Let's see here.
Can we look at this?
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Zoom in, please.
That purple is so striking.
Yeah.
Against the rocks there.
Looks like it's been munched and it's regrowing.
Oh, wow.
That's neat.
Amazing how it... Oh, so cute. So when they retract their arms, is that when they start to look like a mushroom? I'm just using loose terms here.
Maybe. Maybe that's why they called it.
I'm just seeing that cat, you know, see how the inside of the nubby, the core of their, it looks more mushroom-like than...
Yeah, possibly.
Come live, please.
Oh.
That looks like a plex down below there.
Yeah.
Liz, when you're ready, we've got another one coming for you.
Sure.
Poor Liz.
What is it?
Okay.
You're so awesome, Liz. Thank you for taking all these questions. What is a crinoid? I've heard you mention them being on and around corals, but I haven't understood what it is.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you for asking.
So we call
big mushroom down there.
Yeah, it's a lot of these right here. So the crinoids are what we would call feather stars. So if you see there's some yellow yellow things in view right now, they're related to sea stars, but they're actually a different group. They're much more ancient. If we want to get a zoom on them, maybe.
We'll zoom in, please.
Oops.
So perfect time now.
Yeah, and they often
you get to see
will climb up corals and attach themselves. So yeah, these two yellow things that we're seeing here, those are what we would call crinoids or feather stars. They're also called sea lilies. Sometimes they're on stalks, or like these ones, they have no stalk. They're just attached to the rock.
Oh, wow.
Is that the one that we saw swimming?
Will these guys get up and swim then?
Maybe. Yeah, so some of them will swim. It's really cool. You can probably see in the highlight reel, we saw one of them swimming.
Yeah, that one highlight reel was cool because it was like, wasn't it a fish and the crinoid or something?
Yeah, the same shot.
Yeah, and it looked like they were like
it's good, thanks.
battling each other.
I was going to say, I think that was an anemone.
Anemone.
You're pulling Nemo.
We love Nemo.
Every time we say that word, I think of
anemone. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah.
Fish.
Fish. The way they swim is so eerie. But Liz, you said it was like a more efficient way to swim.
Yeah, so we call that anguilliform body shape, the eel-like.
So it's like more efficient but slower because they don't need to be fast?
You're not able to like do any like kind of quick darting motion, but when there's no light for predators to see you, you don't really need that as much. So really they're just, So yeah, that was a macroid, that was a grenadier. So you can see it did swim fast, but it's not as, it's hard for them to do that quick darting motion.
So you know, Liz, how we've been seeing the cusk eels throughout a lot of these dives, right? Somebody asked how come, you know, in that one video that we captured of the cusk eel where it's like, it looks like it's taking on breath or it's acting, it has that big bubble, the cusk eels. Like,
that was I think that was a gulper eel.
Oh, so that wasn't even a cusk eel. So the cusk eel, so they were wondering how come the cusk eels weren't doing that. So that's a whole nother, okay, thank you. Yep. That's good to know.
Victorgorgia.
Yeah.
Is that a Plexaurid?
Or I think it's a Paragorgia with
Which one do you want to see, sorry?
Yeah, that's what we always see the Victorgorgia.
Everything?
The most popular, yeah. Sorry. And then that's a Metallogorgia up above it.
Okay.
Oh, and then there's another mushroom coral right next to it? Or
yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's all kinds of action.
This cliff is amazing.
Unreal.
And not a rock to get.
Aww.
A lot of rocks, just nothing to pick up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great shot. That color is really cool.
It is really pretty.
Thanks, Josh.
Oh, come wide.
Wow. It's like lavender. colored.
Not lavender ice cream.
It's cool. All the other purple ones we've seen were like bright white to bright purple, and that one was nicer.
Okay, so another question that came in here is, do we have a sense of the lifespan of a crinoid?
Ooh, of a crinoid, I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, that is.
Just zoom up that if you can. See if that's the zoanthid one. Got to keep Emma happy.
I mean, the zoanthids are a little creepy, but they're pretty.
Or is
Just
it
trying to
just
think
a
too hard
Plex?
about it.
Gonna get some Plex fans upset.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's zoanthids. It's really taken over though.
Yeah. Is that too much zoanthid for you, Emma, or is it about the right balance?
No, again, I just try to appreciate the aesthetic and the colors and not think about it taking over the coral.
Yeah, so you can see the polyps are a lot bigger on the yellow zoanthid.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, I'm seeing it now. It seems like the zoanthids like to inhabit this particular coral.
Yeah, we
Are
seem
they?
to mostly see them on the Paragorgia, the bubblegum corals.
Oh, okay. So then maybe they have some sort of preference?
Yeah, shrimp.
Is it suggestive of preference or
Possibly.
accessibility?
Or, yeah.
Or
Oh, good shrimp.
nice shrimp. What a little
Still
shrimp.
tiny little shrimp.
Tiny little
Look at that
shrimp.
cute tiny little shrimp.
No, I'd call that a medium-sized shrimp.
So our today's cooking show could be about
So on
fried
this camera,
cusk eels.
We use that.
You talk
camera on
about
the top of the
fried
bar, we
shrimp.
just call our
Talk
analog
about
gauges.
shrimp. I really
We get
wanted to
some
go
of
down the
this
Just
donut.
like on
another
your main hydraulic
mushroom?
pressures and stuff like that, but we can just
Oh.
check comps and stuff like that. Just
Yeah,
with
it
the
does look
camera.
like it back there.
Simple way of doing
You
it.
saw another cusk eel, you said?
No, mushroom.
Thank
That's
you.
our main hydraulic rev.
You were the one saying cusk eel.
I know. I was like, wait, what?
We keep a spreadsheet and write them down every hour, and then we can see if
I
there's
think I
any
need to go
changes
back
in
to
comp
bed.
levels over the dive.
Another victorgorgia there.
Are you
Yeah.
being pulled too far off the cliff?
Paragorgia.
Hemicorallium.
No,
No?
I'm all right. I can always come down
Well, I can go down a bit.
because Atlanta's
I'm
now 30 meters away, so we could
Well off.
always come down and.
Do we want to go down?
Yeah, I think because then you'll get a little closer.
Okay. Well, Liz, you're getting all the action today, Kay. Are zoanthids parasitic? Why do they take over corals? Good question.
Yeah, my understanding is that they're not really able to build those structures to get up into the water column the way that the coral is. Well, I guess there's the way that the coral they're taking over is able to, and so I think they're using that skeletal structure in order to get farther up into the water column where there's more flow. Let's look at
There's
this.
a different coral.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that a
Yeah.
Primnoid?
Primnoid? Yeah.
Could be.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Are zoanthids a colony as well, or are they individuals?
That's a good question.
We zoom in,
I
please.
think that they're individuals that are near each other, but
Right.
I mean the distinction between that and a colony, like I
Yeah.
don't think they
They're
work
not like
together.
siphonopores.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like how
together,
siphonophores work together.
Yeah, or like
Okay.
like a coral that we're looking at right now.
Right.
This is a
Look at
colony.
this
Ooh,
one.
and a sea star. Or no. Oh, yeah.
Yep,
look,
brittle
first
star.
Active.
Don't do
Oh.
it, man. Don't jump.
Wait. Down into the abyss. Hilarious. Where did you go? Oh, there. Hey,
There.
landed on the rock.
Decided to go free diving a little bit.
Wow, that's
So that was a
really
primnoid.
beautiful side shot of the. Would you call this a cliff area?
It was an OSHA violation,
Okay.
clearly.
It's pretty sheer.
Yeah, it's really striking.
It's another Metallogorgia, or no, that's a crinoid. So that's one of those crinoid that's on a stalk.
Dead ahead there.
Which keeps confusing me.
Yeah.
Because they're so different when they're both called crinoids.
Yeah, I think the common names are like this. We would call a sea lily versus the unstalked. People call a feather star.
Yeah.
I think I prefer cliff faces.
Yes.
Oh, you do?
there. Yeah, you get a little sweaty up front, but
We can't make it too
they're
easy
fun.
on you.
Yeah, definitely lots to see, but
You're
it's
always on
a
the
little,
edge, you know.
well,
Stressful.
yeah, like you think about it, right? Like we literally are dangling a big weight up a string and swinging it past a wall as close as we can.
Right. Yeah, right.
This is true.
That's a
This
game
is
to play,
true.
like when
Yeah,
you're walking down the
right.
sidewalk or something, get like
Oh,
a weight in the string and see how well you do. I guess when you put it that way. Living on the edge.
Living on the edge. Aerosmith, my point.
Not allowed to touch.
That would not be ideal.
No.
Yeah, so this looks so much more angular than those like
Yeah.
pillows.
Yep.
I don't think.
The pillows do not look comfortable though. I don't know what Carrot Hoku says. I don't want to
Is
sleep
that
on
a-
them.
Well,
Is that a ridge line or is that
I
just a
want
bunch of
them to be
coral in a
fluffy.
line? To the left.
oh, to the left?
Yeah.
What
I
is
think
Or
it's just
sponges.
We'll find out.
I think just sediments.
What's
in
that
in
feature
Is
right
that
there?
sediment? Yeah, oh, yeah, it could be
Fissure.
sediment, I'm sure.
It's a fissure,
My
Yeah.
eyes
and then
beat
this
dust
this right here is like.
as well.
When you come down
That's
a
a-
little
what
bit,
is this?
Coming
Fissure.
down.
That's just a rock. I mean,
Whoa,
it's
what?
limestone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Stalk crinoid there.
Yep. Another
Yeah,
shrimp.
it's sediment. Man.
Oh yeah.
Or is that a shrimp? Yeah.
I really think it's cool how the sediment is going up the wall. The marine snow.
Oh, yeah. I think that's
I think it's us.
probably Herc doing
Herc.
that. But it's possible. I mean, these sort of structures do create upwellings.
There's not a ton of current right now along here. A little bit.
A little bit.
Let's go down some more. I'll keep coming down.
Copy.
Get a little closer.
Yeah, I got that one of those worms there. Is that a shrimp?
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
sweat a
shrimp.
little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Is that a shadow or? Yeah,
Don't know
looks like a
anymore.
shadow.
Was it at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, I was wondering if
Oh no, that looks too good to be a shadow.
looks like a shadow.
It's probably a shadow.
It's a donut.
It's just a rock.
It's just a rock. It's just a rock. Sorry.
Not just a rock. That rock tells the story.
Oh, it's interesting. Suddenly
Every
there's so
rock
much
tells a
less.
story. Wow, look at that.
Let's look at this little colony.
Amazing. Nice Spock.
Oh, poor down.
Can you zoom in, please?
Yeah, that primnoid again.
Yeah. Primnoid.
Oh, come on.
Did you expect it to be this steep?
No, it doesn't really show that
No.
on the.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, some of the contours can be deceiving sometimes. They just kind of try to interpret.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that
I mean,
coral.
especially with a steep slope like this, the multi-beam's not going to pick this up.
Right. Yeah, because I was looking before the
Is that-
dive and I did not expect
Yeah.
vertical cliffs.
That coral looks so tall. I was thinking Hercules is going to run into
Yeah.
it.
Can we take a look at this long whip coral?
Sure.
Looks like a bamboo.
You want the base or like the polyps?
Base is good, yeah.
Base? Roger. Go zoom in, please.
Wow. I wonder how tall that is.
It's kind of crazy that I just went on a course of 230 before the cliff, and it just matched perfectly with the angle
Oh,
of
it
the
looks
It
cliff.
like
looks like
it's
it's been
dead.
eaten
Yeah.
or something,
not a lot of
right?
polyps on
Yeah,
that.
it's got
You can tell
hydroids
when
on
you're the
it,
master now.
but
Huh?
You can tell when you're the master now.
Yeah, exactly.
thank you.
I'm a wizard.
Okay, come on.
So speaking of eating, we have a question of what do deep sea corals eat? And is it different among species of deep sea corals?
Yeah, so it's going to vary, but they're eating stuff that's in the water. So whether that
Okay.
be little particles of marine snow or zooplankton, basically little things that they can catch in their polyps that
I
are
was
coming
just
out of the
gonna
water.
ask. Okay, cool. That's how come you kind of see them positioned the way that they
Yep.
are. Puts them in a good space
You'll
to
see they'll
capture.
be like
No, it's
facing the
like back
current
here.
Right.
usually.
Thank you, Liz.
I think that's in bubblegum. Looks chunky.
It's chunky.
I don't know. That's how I tell them apart.
Yeah, it's chunky and reddish.
Yeah. Versus delicate and reddish.
Chunky and reddish, kind of like me in high school.
Asaka's pointing out that the food particle size that they're eating depends on the size of the polyps. So some of the polyps are going to be smaller and larger, and that their size of their mouth is going to depend on what they're eating.
So that would be a good indication of like different species eating
let's-
different things.
Grab that one.
Let's look at these, because that top one, is it a victorgorgia? Or am I
don't think it's
hallucinating?
Victorgorgia. I think it's either para or the...
Okay, I thought it looked purple for a
name,
second.
please.
I just want to see if that's, again, a plexur or zoanthid.
Plex, I think?
Yeah, it looks plexy.
And I guess precious coral.
Doesn't...
Doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
No, huh?
I think
It
that
looks
one's
like
dead.
It's just
Yeah, it's got
the
more
bare bones
hydroids
of
all
it.
over
Better
it.
days.
Oh, wow.
You can see all the old holdfasts all around. Ooh,
Go come light,
what is
please.
that? Oh,
Gosh. Every time we zoom out and look at the side of the cliff, it just looks amazing. Unreal.
Yeah, Osco's calling the yellow one the Acanthogorgiid.
okay. Maybe.
Definitely reduction in the amount of coral as we've come around here.
Yeah.
We have a guest up front. We should make him introduce himself and find out what his favorite dessert is. No? Okay.
Yeah. Someone was wondering about the orientation of this cliff wall and the herc, and if you look at the map, you can see it. So we're kind of slightly going up contours at an angle, and Josh is keeping a good, keeping the herc facing the cliff very nicely as we kind of work our way along this thing, kind of like sidestepping as we go up the slope.
Like one of those mountain goats.
Yep.
Where all our corals go?
I don't know.
Deeper.
Deeper.
The sonar has been wild, just that sheer cliff.
Yeah.
Another long whip coral.
Do you think some of these rocks are gettable here just for
Maybe, yeah.
knowledge identification?
Oh, maybe, yeah. There could be have some loose guys right here. Loose ones over here.
Try to give you as
To the
much
right
leash as
there.
I can.
Okay.
Another fish.
Apparently there's a rock stuck in the claw, is what I've been told.
Oh.
Oh.
Where? In the
Uh-oh,
fish?
unnamed sample in the claw.
Oh.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. I think that's a...
Almost looks like a nodule.
It is something.
Back to the nodules.
Yeah, Yeah, just about anything here. I'm not too worried about size. It's more of a ID.
Okay.
Whatever's good table.
Oh, there it is.
How long have you been holding that?
Oh, it's like stuck in there. You said. Let's see.
You can use another rock to knock it out.
Hey.
Ooh, good get. I didn't think you were gonna get anything there.
Nice.
You want to go? You're happy with that, or you want?
Yeah, I
something
just want something for identification for these.
Just
Okay.
getting a rock, it's okay.
It's a light
'Cause I'm really
on.
thinking a lot of
You
this
want
is
a rock?
limestone.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a couple.
Well, there's the one. There's the leftovers.
Oh.
One of them is it's stuck in the claw.
Yeah, I can see it's wedged right in there.
It's like a split finger fastball.
Is that
That'd be
side drawer? Or
that'd be a good name for a rock band. So that was a question here. I love how you
Wait,
always.
just 1 second,
just
Hoko.
one sec.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I forgot we were
Okay, other
collecting.
end, do we have a drawer?
Yeah, we have an empty drawer in the starboard bar box, E.
E? Okay.
Yeah.
We might just have to bump that coral out of the way temporarily when we open the
And I'll
drawer.
note that it's a small rock, so if we want to
Copy.
put something else in there.
Okay. We can do dive salvo and open the drawer.
Yes, so they are currently collecting a sample, so I will cease on questions until they are done.
Which one do you want to go for?
E is completely empty.
E?
Is that
Oh,
good?
okay. You're
Yeah.
okay with just a little guy in there?
Yeah, we can put something else in there later. I'll note that it's very small.
Okay. That's fine there.
Coral got lucky.
Shazam.
Okay, and close that up.
Thank you. So I'm just looking out for you, Taylor Ann. Don't want you to have to lift any heavy rocks again for a while.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
I
good.
appreciate it. I think you'd have a hard time picking up a big rock here, though.
I think the person who chooses the sample should have to carry it to the lab. That's the new rule.
There you go. Change in procedure.
It's a good workout, though, since I'm not using the gym. It's something.
Yvonne, do you run with rocks underwater? Do you run with rocks underwater?
Yeah, I've done it twice.
Sorry, we're collecting again. I
So
keep doing
much
this.
fun. It is.
Yep. We're off the bottom now. We're off the bottom now. We're done collecting.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for asking my questions during collection.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that a shrimp?
No, it's a crinoid.
They're so vibrant down here.
Yeah, it's wild to see this much color at a depth with no sunlight. It's funny to think about the fact that most of these things will never be seen in their colors.
Right. Well, then it makes me think about what you had said about the color red and just about that being
basically invisible or
right.
like kind of black at depth.
Right. It's the first absorbed, you said?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm so glad I remembered.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome.
That's why a lot of deep sea things are red.
Yeah. So I keep thinking that every time I see something. It seems like the hues have got that red base to it.
Just for confirmation, was that a collection of one rock, but in two pieces?
No, only one rock.
Just one rock, okay.
Yeah, the other piece is still in the,
Okay.
It's like stuck.
yeah, it's stuck in there.
Still got some food stuck in his teeth.
It's the bonus sample box, which is, so I
Okay.
don't know, that is a rock, that probably will come back, so it's a rock sample.
It's more of a
I don't know
souvenir.
where it came
It's a
from.
rock souvenir. I would
Hopefully
say.
it's not there for the rest of the trip.
Yeah. And that was sample 130,
Thank
just
you.
for confirmation.
Let's look at this coming up. Looks like
Sure.
there's
Yeah.
a coral on an old stalk of something.
Yeah, early on I was told it's just a rock until it has a number or a place associated with it.
Pretty much.
If you don't know the metadata, it's just a rock.
Then it becomes a specimen.
What's up with that crino? No, what is that?
The crinoid's not looking so good.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's upside down and curly.
It's kind of
Yeah,
all
it's facing the
shriveled
wrong
up.
way.
Will you zoom in, please?
Maybe it's napping.
Oh, it was just a weird angle.
Oh,
Is that the
Oh, yeah, it is.
Victorgorgia or
Okay.
what?
No, it doesn't look too purple.
But it looks...
Maybe a precious coral, but
yeah. I think the shadow just
And
makes it
those are
look
still the
darker.
brittle, yeah, okay. Yeah, the way it's positioned
Yeah,
is
with
Yeah,
different.
it looked
brittle
weird.
stars too.
a lot of brittle stars on there. This one's also not looking so good.
That's interesting, right? Those two kind of sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Not looking so good.
Oh, come on.
Maybe a
An
Hemicorallium.
enemy down there.
Oh, yeah. Let's look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Is that the jumping one?
If it's a purple one, let's suck it. I mean,
Where are
slurp
you
it.
at?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the one that
I think
Zoom
it might
in,
be the
please.
one.
Masako
Yeah,
wanted?
We'll have to
it
look
is.
and see if it has the... I think it was Tina that wanted that.
Or Tina?
Oh, yeah, that anemone.
That kind of looks like what she wanted.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, you can see the little rings. Wonder if that's where it's been previously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's happy.
Yeah,
She
Sako
says
sounds
yay.
happy.
Yeah, can we try to slurp this?
Yeah. Let's stop the ship.
Bridge nav.
Oh,
Come wide.
those circles next to it is where it's
And
been
then just do,
before
like,
you?
another
Is that what you
step
said?
back.
That's a thought.
Oh, okay.
What, I don't know.
Just a guess.
Sure.
Here.
Finally, we found
Take
one of
everything I
these.
say with a grain of salt, please.
Can we do a 30-meter step
I
back
appreciate that you
at
make the effort to try and give us good answers. It helps.
50 degrees?
And on that note, when you're ready, oh, we're collecting a sample. I'm going to cease on questions until we're done collecting.
Yeah, you see the note from
30 meters
Masako?
too far.
Yeah.
No, that's probably right.
Before you slurp it, can we try to get a zoom on the inner ring of it?
You
Just
bet.
like a close zoom.
Yeah, I'm just going to get all set up.
Yeah.
And then we'll make sure to get a good shot before we start.
Whoever keeps stealing the pencils from the data logger.
You're
Oh,
going down.
I see the. Okay, can I steal that eraser? Thank you.
Maybe we should get some string and tie it to the...
And can you get a jar set up?
We need to take
yeah.
caution when collecting too. It might jump away from the rock. That would,
That's why they say to section.
yeah.
Do you have a jar, a particular one?
Yeah, so 2 through 6 is open, but 7 and 1 are taken. So anything other than
7 and 1 are taken. What is that, a plush? Yes, it is. I'm going to start plushing. Is that okay?
And what's the species name of this particular anemone?
Not sure.
Masako's typing for
Yeah.
us.
It's like I could look it up, but I think she'll respond before I
Yeah.
could find it. Oh yeah, cerianthus.
Okay.
If there are inner tentacles.
Cool, so we'll get a good zoom to make sure it's the right species that we want to collect before slurping.
Let's come down, and then I just want to keep an eye on the bumper bar
Okay.
on Herc, so I just come winch down.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, no, we're all right.
Looks like it got off track for a second.
You can always step the ship off the wall if
Yeah.
it gets pretty close.
Yeah.
But remember to do that. Like, we got a little more reaction, but it's still going to take a few minutes, even at 1700, to move. So make sure we do it before we get too close. And you guys step 5 meters off the wall.
Okay, I can do that.
seeing something on the wall.
Bridge nav. Can we do 5 meters at 090?
Yeah, apparently this guy is really tricky to sample if it's a ceranthid.
Okay, can we zoom in, please?
I think I see inner tentacles. Those like darker ones that are smaller.
Come on, say ah. Steve's typing now too.
Yeah.
Maybe a little lighter purple then.
Sorry, we're just waiting on confirmation.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm not sure this is the right thing, but it might be.
So I can bump up the camera just a bit. This might be a little, if you want to get right into the inner part there.
It looks like there's might be some inner tentacles there. See the ones
Yeah.
hanging down?
I think I see them, but I'm not the
I see some
expert.
tentacles on the middle there.
Yeah, Steve says yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
just
think
10
this
more
is what we
meters
want.
at 050.
All right.
Make it so.
We're just
Yeah.
being warned that this is very tricky
Thank
and
you.
that it'll probably
Oh, yeah.
try to swim away.
There's a nice view of them there.
Okay. We'll come wide, please.
Can we get still on there?
Yeah, I got a
Okay,
few
great.
stills.
Perfect.
We'll zoom in a bit, please.
What was the name of this?
And then let's
it's
get
a
some suction.
cerianthus.
Maybe go
Cerianthus. Thank
40.
you.
Copy.
Not a true anemone. It's called a tube
Certainly.
dwelling, even though this one doesn't have a tube.
Okay. You said tube dwelling?
Yes.
40.
Switch a bit. We'll zoom in a bit more, please. And bubble. Can you bubble over to the anemone?
Yeah.
Wow, arm is being a little twitchy right now. Pretty big. Like I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna all fit in the tube.
Thank you. Good job.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, was that its little ring or just another tentacle?
that's a tentacle.
That's in there. Stop it. Stop the slurp.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh
Well,
goodness.
Nicely
got
done.
it. That was great.
It didn't try to run.
That
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Didn't see
Yeah.
it coming.
Good job.
Yeah. Good job.
Atlanta might be a little close.
Okay, we'll come off.
And that was sample
Okay, I'll come off
131.
the wall pretty quick here.
Sounds good.
Was that jar number 2?
Ephraim, is jar number 2.
Great, thank you.
Okay, coming off.
I didn't think that was going to slurp. So big.
Come
I
up.
don't think it was slipped in one piece.
Coming up.
No, it did not look like it was.
Good eye, Liz. We can check that off our wish list now.
Yeah, I got some good stills
Should
of
we
it too.
continue on?
Oh, good. Yeah, because those zooms are nice.
Let's just go. We'll get ourselves sorted out a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll get going.
Sounds good.
Okay. So everyone, let me
Okay,
know when you're
maybe a
ready for
little
some
bit.
more questions.
Coming up.
You Got some good ones coming in here.
Look at that Atlanticam.
Ooh.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know how to spell an enemy?
Oh, cool. Oh,
Scary.
Scary cool.
Yeah.
Anemone.
I just did my best guess. I don't know where the N and the M and the...
Anemone.
I can't decide if it would be
Wait.
worse if these didn't
That
tilt
wasn't
or
helpful.
better.
It's okay. You get
Just
the
got to keep my
message.
feet planted on the ground.
Yeah. Yours seems to swing more than mine.
Do you know how to spell
I think you're
Emily?
good on
No.
Canada. You're good on coming up
no.
for now. I'll catch up to you.
Yeah.
You're good for me to...
Who's talking to me? He talks to me sometimes.
Sorry.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I guess because it's her, it'd be like, I could go the distance.
Okay, you folks ready for some questions? We got some coming in here. Are there any new discoveries that would require you to end the live feed? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, right? I think that's the importance of the live feed, is to keep everybody engaged and see what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm sure there could be something potentially,
were, sure.
but that wouldn't happen.
That would be the satellite going out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
The
think that's
discovery that
happened.
something is broken.
Yeah. Something not working properly.
And then, so I think they're talking about depth. I was looking at this cliff, if we can go further down. So that I think we could, but this particular dive is particularly focusing on this region of this area, correct? And then Hercules can reach a max depth of 4,000 meters. Is that correct also, Josh?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
1,000.
So there are opportunities to get to deeper depths, but for this particular dive, this is the area we're looking at. And another question for Liz here. Crinoids in shallow tropic waters exhibit a wide range of vibrant colors. Is the color variation related to different species?
Yeah, so different species are going to be different colors.
Okay.
I don't know what the different, like, why you would be red instead of yellow in shallow waters.
I understand. It's just what they have chosen to exhibit. And I don't think any coral is typically good to eat, but I've never tried to eat coral before.
A little too crunchy.
Doesn't
too,
look very
Chris.
tasty.
You can have some
Kind of like chewing on a rock.
It's like tree
right?
bark.
Aipohaku is what they call it. Eating rocks.
Something, something interesting, the temperature and conductivity where we were. The temperature kind of dropped suddenly,
Oh.
so did the conductivity salinity.
Only by a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's I have no idea why that would have been.
Huh.
I have a geology question.
Ooh.
Why are, like, the top of the rocks up here, or at least right back to the right, were really sharp, and then underneath it, it was, like, very bumpy? Why would that happen? Yeah, like there, where it's just a sheer face, and then little tiny little bumps.
I mean, what I'm thinking this area is, it's a carbonate reef. And so it's basically this old buried coral that's been turned into rock.
Huh.
And it could be, may not keep its shape, it may become amorphous. And so that just may be different types of coral that were laid down different layers.
I think that's one of the ones
Cool.
that swam away.
It's neat. Thanks.
Good question, Emma. So I have a question for Liz again. In some cases, the color red can be indicative of rust, oxidation, or expiration of an organism. Would that hold true in this environment?
Of what? Expiration?
Rust, oxidation, and expiration. Would that be something like would red represent?
I think they're probably talking about how like blood has hemoglobin.
Okay.
And that's why it's red. I don't think that's the case in here.
Okay.
Expiration, I mean, if they mean death, also not going to be necessarily the case. Like we discussed previously, red pigments are common in the deep sea because they're essentially not able to be seen. I'm not as familiar with why shallow water organisms are red.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Liz.
Going back to, this is kind of interesting. It almost looks like they may even be pillows at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then limestone. There's supposed to be a contact between those two layers. You see that the morphology is very different.
Yeah, it's like a clear line kind of.
Yeah, because the bottom definitely has more of a pillowy look to it. And then the stuff up top is,
sheer.
Yep.
Whoa. Yeah, those are like very sharp.
Oh, that's a beautiful image right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that sharpness, Rob, is just something that's a result of how the rocks are falling and breaking along.
Yeah, that's a limestone on top there.
Okay.
Can we get a zoom on the coral?
I didn't? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you got the ship going. I was waiting for this. I'm like, we're going
And that's another little sea star there on the side of the rock.
That's a crinoid.
You're like, let's wait. I was like, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought we got our wires crossed there for a second.
No, sorry.
That's a cool.
Can we go 230 at 0.2 knots?
They're like pillars.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And can we get a zoom on the coral?
Yeah.
The big one. The one to the left. Yeah, that one.
The black one.
The one on the rock.
We want to look at all of them.
Let's zoom in, please. Hence the telestrator.
Oh, yeah, that's a bamboo. That's very obvious.
Oh, yeah, you can see the segments there. We got time to look at all three of those.
Whoa. That one's kind of creepy. It looks like bones. Oh, and a little tiny ctenophore was briefly in view.
Okay, we'll
thanks.
come wide, please.
Yeah, we can take a look at this one to the right.
Sure.
I have a question for our pilots. When you're ready, let me know.
Sure. We'll zoom in, please.
So that one's sitting like that last one that we saw.
It's interesting that this one's vertical rather than horizontal.
Rock maybe rock.
What is that?
Oh
black?
no! Yeah.
Is it a rock?
Oh dear.
That's impressive.
You want another rock sample?
You want a rock?
This is a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen a rock living on a coral.
It has a pet coral.
On a rock.
Yeah.
The coral has a pet coral.
Okay, we'll come wide.
And then I guess if we still have time, we can look at the other one.
Yeah, the ship's just getting going.
Is that? Oh no, it's another one.
You said you had a question?
Oh yeah. So the data charts show Argus having a much greater variance in depth, but Hercules has a very steady chart. I'm going to change it to Atalantis, dealing with more current, or is it another reason, like more frequent readings? Or is Josh just a better pilot?
Ouch.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Herc has a lot going for it. Flying at a disadvantage here. No, it's because of the waves, and then I'm always constantly trying to avoid the cliff face. So I kind of go higher if I can so it's not within a certain range. We try to stay away like 10-ish at like most. I try to stay like 10 meters away from any type of Any type that might just hit on the sides, whereas Herc can get right up in there.
These.
You know,
That's cool.
Atalanta/Argus does not have such luxuries.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Michael, and you're a fantastic driver.
Well, actually, it's pretty cool because so the depth sensors that we use are really sensitive, down to like the 1/10 of a meter. And so since Atalanta's tied to the ship, it's going up and down on the water column, and it'll measure those couple meters that we're going up and down. And so you'll see a variation in the depth all the time, because that sensor's very sensitive, very accurate.
Yeah.
Where Herc is just stable, so I'm just maintaining a constant depth.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful image right there.
Yeah.
That question was savage.
That was fun.
It's a good thing these things are anonymous.
So Liz, it's ooh.
we all
Squirrel.
They got anemone hype team here.
Right. That one is pretty.
The hype team can't spell anemone though.
It's okay.
So Liz, I'm curious, just because we're noticing how these particular corals are sitting, would that be indicative of the way the currents and waters are flowing compared to how we've been seeing them before? Like,
I would think so.
Yeah, it's just interesting that they've sort of shifted their position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do those look like places that coral once were?
Those old holdfasts, the kind of
come down
white
a little bit.
circles.
At 10, so I'll come
Seems
down
like every time the
bit.
ship starts to get moving, it kind of goes in a weird direction before it figures out.
Yeah, it goes like.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is an amazing
Yeah, we got some gain setting issues.
area.
Going on.
I feel like the Sexton camera should be filming a Pirates Caribbean movie right now. Now that it's like a beautiful image, it's just very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come down with you. Let's go down a little bit.
When we're seeing a little bit more white snow in this area.
I think some of that is that Herc stirred up some sediment.
Yeah, I was
Thank you.
blowing some stuff off the wall there a little bit. Yeah.
Herc is its own special effects team.
Herc is causing a ruckus down there.
Get quick, get some wind.
Swirling up stuff.
That's a mighty fine daisy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens when we get to waypoint 7, because it'll be on a flatter surface on the top of this area. See if there's a big difference. Because the previous watch came across a flat area like this, and it was just a real coral garden. I mean, not that this isn't really interesting and spectacular, but it'd be interesting to see if there's a correlation.
Correlation?
Yeah.
But bump.
I don't plan these things.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Why? I love it. We've been getting all kinds of questions about our cooking show.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have opened that can of worms. That was actually not intentional.
So our cooking show series will continue during the Blue Water
It's a Blue Water
experience.
exclusive.
It's our Blue Water Ascension and Descension shows. As people would also like to know what we would name our bands if we had a band. That was the other question.
It's on
for
the
Blue
Fish
Water.
Food Network.
What was it?
Proteinaceous nodes.
Yeah, that was it.
Proteinaceous nodes.
It's a punk band, I think.
I love punk rock.
Oh, I thought it was going to be unmuted on the Blue Water.
Oh,
That's pretty good too.
that's a good one.
That's a bluegrass band.
Bluegrass band.
Yeah.
We're going to hit all genres of music for our bands.
They could be a blues band.
I like the blues.
I'm muted on the Blue Water. You know,
You guys.
there's something there. Learning?
So we've got a few comments. Captain, oh.
That's a good one.
So just a shout out to our pilots. Fantastic answer on the depth. Love all our pilots.
Thank
You folks are awesome.
Uh-huh.
And then
Michael feels the love.
Let's come down a little more.
that came from me. And then you guys have other fish to fry than cooking shows. We could fry fish in our cooking show, and that came directly from our comments there. You have the fish fry show.
Is that a stalked crinoid without the crinoid?
I think that's what I was just thinking. Is
Where?
it that color?
Can they detach on the stalk?
Or
is that
a good question?
Or is it dead if it
I
does?
assumed it died, but
yeah,
it's possible.
This.
That would be weird if it was like a little charger it can come back to.
That'd be cool though.
I don't think that's how it works, just for reference.
Not many holothurians in this part.
It's a little steep for them. They tumble right off.
Oh, good griefy, yeah, where'd they end up?
Yeah. There's also not much sediment for them to eat.
They would really have to position themselves. Yeah, there's not a lot to eat.
That brittle star that fell off the coral was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's zoom on this little colony.
Oh, zoom in, please.
I'm thinking Paragorgiid. Bubblegum.
Yeah, it looks bubblegum to me.
Yeah, it looks knobby and thick.
Oh, yep.
Oh, a line of hydroids there too, is there?
Oh yeah, interesting. And a little sponge. It's cool. I feel like when you zoom in, there's so much stuff you never would have seen.
Yeah.
It's like
Look
cool.
at just below.
Where do you see the sponge?
Below it?
Look at the little trail of.
Oh.
What
Yeah.
are those anemones?
Oh,
We were thinking they were
yeah.
hydroids, yeah.
Are those hydroids? Yeah, rolling up the rock.
Just
there.
up the rock right there? Wow.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
small.
wow.
That's interesting. Why are
Oh,
they in a
cool.
line?
Yeah.
That's so pretty. I mean, that's so neat.
It's a cliff on a cliff.
That's rad.
That's fascinating.
All right, we'll come on.
Those you said were hydroids?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we tend to focus on the charismatic
Yeah.
megacoral.
But I like that when you zoom in, you often see all these other things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I want to zoom just, even if I have an idea of what the coral is, just
Right.
to look at for other things.
Yeah, it's like a nice surprise when you get a bit closer there.
Oh, it's so cubey. That's not a word.
It can be if you want it to be, okay?
I think I was trying to say cubular, but that's not a thing.
Hey, you know, it can be.
I'm gonna make up geology.
It's quite cubic.
That's the
There it
word.
is.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's classic jointing in these limestones. That's one of the ways you can identify it as a limestone. As opposed to the
You said
round.
like
It's very
more cubic is more
cubular.
like limestone?
We'll zoom in, please.
More like aliens.
What is that thing at the, is that another crinoid? So all of ours, I have a question here about anonymity. All of our questions are anonymous, so when you post it, or when you post something in the chat, that's all we see are your questions. You are
I'm
not
not sure what
assigned-
this is actually.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something in it though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
more shrimp or something?
Okay, we'll come like.
Yeah, this is,
That's a cool.
again, you have this almost basalty looking stuff to the bottom. It's kind of like the pillows sort of look to it.
Yeah, what is that? I thought that was like a crab or something, but it looks like a
That's
crinoid again.
another Brazingid, I think.
Yeah.
A bazingid?
It's a sea star.
Yep.
Where's
Okay.
Kylie? She had a lingo for this one, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, the bazinga?
The bazinga, yeah. The bazinga, bazinga.
Zoom in, please.
Yeah, this jointing looks much more limestone.
I really
here.
like this sea star. It looks like some of the legs are growing back.
Well,
1,
they've all
2,
kind of
3,
looked
4,
like that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they have 10 legs?
I don't know if they always
Or
do.
arms,
This
excuse
one
me.
does, but... Oh, I do. Yeah, there's a little baby one.
Little nubby one, right?
Growing back.
I've been trying to count the legs on the last ones, and I lose my count. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Does
5, 6,
most of this
7,
seeming
8,
to
9,
be
10.
like limestone or different rocks mean anything for geologically?
Yeah, we'll come wide, please.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking for like the contact between the basalt and the reef material.
Why? What would that mean?
Well, it just tells you where you go from the volcanic rock to the reef that's forming on top of it. It'd be like where the top of the seamount was before it started sinking. Getting the limestone on.
It's cool. Does you being over here and also close to the cliff mean anything, or is it just that the cliff is not as steep anymore? It's less steep.
I think it's going to start becoming less steep based on that bathy, I think. We're just coming over that like little hump there on the wide part. I think it should start to flatten out.
Yeah, lots of angular blocks of limestone here.
Thank you, Josh, for sharing. There's a person in the chat who's also named Josh, and he's just shared a really nice comment that he likes that we have so much fun, and I wish I could explore more with you.
Aww.
Well, Josh, you're exploring right now with us, so thank you for joining us.
Zoom in, please.
I got some questions coming in the chat for Liz, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first is, and I think you kind of talked about it before, but where are the sea cucumbers?
Yeah, so this isn't really peak sea cucumber habitat here. We tend to see them more where there's a lot of sediment around. And I think this is too steep that most of the sediment's probably just sliding right off. Additionally, they might slide right off. As if you've been watching before, you can see that they don't secure themselves to the bottom very well, and it's easy for them to slip off. But basically, this is a habitat that for what we would say are suspension feeders, like these corals, things that feed in the water column.
Okay, come wide, please.
Sea cucumbers are deposit feeders, so they prefer flatter, sandier bottoms.
Okay.
It's a precious there.
Aw,
Think so.
I missed that.
Thank you, Liz. And
like
then
that.
getting back to, I'm going to say bazinga, the other sea star that we just saw, what are those little lines sticking out of that sea star's arm?
Oh, I think they were spines. They could have been tube feet, but
Earlier we saw some
probably
fish.
just some spines for either protection or to hold on to things. I'm not sure.
Okay. Thank you.
We are approaching a flat part, so maybe we'll see some cucumbers soon.
Dead piece of coral. Yeah, sea cucumbers also tend to dominate where there's less food, actually. They're more adapted to that. This is something where if there's fewer corals, there tends to be more sea cucumbers and vice versa. At least that's mostly what we've been seeing.
Is that like a resource partitioning behavior? Like
it's also just that different environments favor different organisms, and the way that corals versus cucumbers feed just requires different environments.
I have an answer about the spines.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I looked it up because I didn't know either.
back on.
So yeah, I guess they use their clawed spines to act as Velcro to capture tiny prey as food.
Oh,
I was wondering, if it was a food related to food.
Buttons.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, please fact check me.
Oh no, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
who
you're
knows?
doing a great job,
Yeah.
Liz. Thank you so much.
Sometimes
You're
that's
back
how
on,
you figure it out. You
studio.
gotta look at
no, these
the
questions are great.
Right?
morphology of
Right.
an animal to kind of
I like
understand
such a
what it
bad
might
keeps
be
messing
doing.
up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I will
We're getting a little
speculate all
close.
day.
Coming up.
Yeah, same.
Thank you. We
I'm
appreciate
coming
it.
Nice limestone cliffs here.
I've got a question here for Rob whenever you're ready, Rob.
Sure.
Is the columnar joining on the limestones formed similarly to the columnar joining
right
on the basalt rocks?
No, it looks similar, but it's a little different.
Bathypathes?
Basalt is more of a cooling characteristic, kind of like the way mud cracks and mud puddles.
Oh, okay.
They contract after they cool,
Okay.
and they kind of join that way.
Okay.
With a limestone, it's just
coming off. It's coming off.
the material is very
stress.
massive.
Okay.
It's coming
That's a
off.
That's some
geologic term,
excitement
not
for
that
your
it's
day.
large, but and so that's
Yeah.
just like the way it kind of.
It was all good.
So adventurous.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's not
We were
formed
fine. We were
when
fine.
it's hot.
Everything was fine.
It's
Let's get
positive
closer.
when it's relatively cool. It's a different process. It just kind of looks the same.
Oh, okay.
And you don't get the columnar aspect of it, the equal spacing. You know,
Chris.
they're kind of
We were
long
that's good.
linear
You caught it in the right
joints
time, and then
compared to
finish
the
up. It's all good.
columnar basalts.
Okay. I have so many questions. I'm so happy that I'm sitting next to you. So I'm like, first of all, what is limestone? But, yeah. Yes, spines, they're really punk sea stars. Oh,
Looks like another sea star here if we can get a zoom.
Yep.
so another question came in regarding that coral that had caught the falling rock. It looked
Zoom in,
like there were
please.
polyps forming on the holdfast on the smaller rock. Could that be a thing? Would they do that? Would that behavior?
Yeah, I saw that too. I thought they might have been like old holdfasts
Oh,
attached to
okay.
that rock, but it was hard to tell what those little white dots were.
Got a
What is
mushroom
that?
coral.
It was the
there, too.
pet. It was the coral's
Is
pet.
that alternapathes or umbellapathes
You're right.
over there?
Yeah, I was just wondering that.
Oh, I like that sea star.
Or Metallogorgia?
It
Never.
doesn't. It doesn't.
It's 3 different species.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah. I like these ones that kind of drape themselves over
Yeah.
the rock.
Right.
Oh, come by, please.
That one also has spines, you can see.
Stop it.
That's a big
Crinoid
mushroom.
off to the right there too.
I missed it. Anthomastus. Oh, that's the
Mushroom.
star. I think.
Yeah. I think that's the star. I think it was an umbellapathes.
Wow, such a sheer face again.
This would be fun to climb if it was on land.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it'd be really
I feel like
cool.
imagining if this was on land puts in context and you realize how amazing the formations are down here.
A lot of old holdfasts on this rock. It's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have another question coming in. Is there a particular difference between the terms sea star and starfish?
Nope. Just both common names for the same thing.
And
We
technically,
say sea star because they're not fish, but it's all a common name, so I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal.
I lean towards sea star just because it's not a fish.
But
But
fish
it's
is a pretty
everybody.
nebulous term anyway, so.
Yeah, it kind of just depends on your, yeah.
According to some definitions, humans could be considered fish. So.
That'd be great. I wish I had gills. Or my gills still worked.
Yeah, I was going to say, at some point, don't we?
Right?
Yeah.
They're
Development.
vestigial structures. I can't really hear the expression. Oh, so Rob, if you could just give us that answer again?
Yeah.
The person who had asked it didn't hear the explanation on how the columnar jointing form on the limestones.
Okay. Well, the columnar jointing is in the basalts.
Okay.
And usually when the basalts are emplaced in kind of a thick flow, it's all kind of warm and everything. But as it cools, it contracts, and it creates these columnar joints, much like mud cracks in a mud puddle that dries up.
Right, and that was with the basalt.
Yeah. And with limestones like this, it's so they're not emplaced at hot or cold temperature. The jointing has more to do with maybe reorganization or just changing directions on these things. And the joints are much more through going, and they're not. They don't have a columnar sort of shape, or they don't look like in plan view like the columnar joints.
And then when you use the term joints, are those like the areas where they connect, or
it's
what
more,
does jointing mean?
It has, you know, you can think of it almost like a fault, or it's a separation or a fissure between the rocks.
Okay. Thank you.
But it's kind of like a jointing without really much differential motion.
Okay.
Or a tectonic origin.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's take a look at this one.
Yep. Zoom in, please.
Is it a Paragorgiid or a bamboo? Or not Paragorgiid, primnoid.
Primnoid.
See, yeah, it looks like a primnoid.
Looks primnoid is, yeah.
Go wide, please.
Wow, look at all those holdfasts.
Oh. Nice combination of geology and biology here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seeing
Yeah, it
some
really is. It's really striking.
Calyptrophora.
Yeah. Do you know what this one is? Is that an iridogorgia?
It could look, yeah.
It looks like it could be, and it's just a little disheveled.
You zoom in, please.
It's not doing great.
Can't really tell.
Oh, so we got a shout out from Germany here, along with a question. Oops, have you ever found any fossils or old relics? Greetings from Germany.
We found an old shark tooth, actually, in a nodule scoop we did last dive.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it was like, looked like totally fossilized or
Wow.
at least
Oh,
coated.
that's, what are the odds?
Yeah,
That's
you should come by
cool.
the wet lab.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Taylor, is it like out?
For what?
The shark tooth?
I don't know. I put it back in that bucket with all the
the nodules.
Yeah, the nodules and the there's also urchin, pencil urchin spines in there. It looks like that were really cool.
That's
but
really
yeah, there's
neat.
a lot of rocky rubble, so I just put it back in there with all the. So if you want to go sift through it and find it.
And our viewer from Germany also commented, I always try to catch the dive live. Love what you guys do.
Thank you.
Guten Tag.
Woot woot.
Thank you.
Woot woot.
Zoom in, please.
I tried to speak German. Probably
I only
offended
know,
them.
no.
Ooh,
Thank
is
you
that a
from
mushroom?
Germany.
Are those
I'm
polyps
half
pulled
German, but I don't know how to speak German either.
I know how to say good day.
I can say
What is that?
unlicht, the
Is it a
light.
mushroom with
I
its
think it's a mushroom
polyps
coral
pulled
that's
in? Yeah.
pulling in its polyps.
I've never
See,
seen
and then
them
that's
like
really
that.
cool that we see it like that, because then we can kind of get
that's
that
really
idea of
cool.
that mushroom shape. That
Why would it pull in its all of its polyps?
So
it-
it needs to eat, so basically it collects particles on the polyps, and then at some point it needs to pull them in and scrape that stuff
Wow.
off. But it's weird to see them all pulled in at once. I don't
Go
know.
wide, please.
Doesn't look so good to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Catch up here a little bit.
Wow, this feature is so cool.
Yeah, this is some of the coolest geology that we've seen.
It's really captivating, super striking.
Yeah, just keep imagining if I were to walk up to this on land.
Yeah.
If I were to walk this up on land,
Is that
I'd
a
be
fish?
Nope.
You'd be like, I'm
Where?
tired.
Right there, is that a
I'm
fish?
done.
I don't see what you're looking at.
Right here above. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on Atalantis.
There's
Oh.
a fish in
Oh, yeah.
Atalanta.
Yeah,
Big one.
sorry. I was looking at the
us.
Atalantis screen.
Ooh, looks like another cuskeel, maybe.
Just chilling.
Big one? It's hard to tell the scale.
I mean, another cool thing about this is this cliff has never been seen before. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
We're still bubble real quick.
Yep.
There's another anemone down there.
Oh, missed it.
Where do you see that?
We passed it already.
Oh, okay.
Is that a plex over there, you think?
Yeah.
All right, so we're about nearing our next waypoint, waypoint 7. So are we expecting to see a shift in the topography of the area once we hit?
Out a bit.
And I'm noticing more sand, like you're saying.
Yep, it's a little flatter here, so there's going to be sand collecting.
Okay.
Still trying to get up over this nose to the flatter area, even flatter area.
I think we're just below the bottom where it flattens off.
We must
Yeah.
be.
Definitely feeling a lot more current. You can see right now I got hands off. I'm just being pushed sideways.
Wow.
A lot more current here.
Yeah, because this is actually the direction that would be predicted by the models here. Whereas a little farther down, it was a little just the opposite.
This dive is starting to become interactive.
Yeah, the current just did a big shift on us.
Yeah.
That section camera is cool.
Yeah, you can see it.
The looming rock.
Liz, I got a question and a shout out for you whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Liz. You've talked about sea cucumbers before, and maybe I wasn't paying attention, but how could the sea cucumbers exist at 1,780 meter depth? I somehow thought they were delicate and could not exist in these depths. P.S. Enjoying the scientific chatter and humor.
Oh, they can exist much deeper than this. They're actually pretty dominant when you get down to 4,000 plus meters. But yeah, so the shallow water species that you're probably more familiar with, they wouldn't do well down here, but sea cucumbers are very well adapted to the pressure.
Is there a layback change?
Yeah.
And the low food supply.
That's so weird.
Okay.
I took that question as the deep ones coming up, being delicate.
Oh, I see. That's probably what you meant. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, we've got different species. So the ones we're seeing deep down, they wouldn't do well here either. But you've got different families, different species that are just adapted to a certain depth range.
Right, and I think you were commenting on those specific environmental characteristics that are well suited for all of these different types of species of sea cucumbers.
Yep.
So they're very closely tied to their environment. So any slight change in that would be.
That looks like it might be a different type of primnoid right there.
You can see all the different.
Yeah.
Are we at the flatter?
Yeah, I think we're at the top of this thing, and we have
a
a little bit of
victorgorgia?
Current just completely
Looks very small.
Yeah, it looks
changed
perfect.
everything.
Nice fog.
Zoom in, please.
Yeah.
To land on one of these island stones.
Yep, victorgorgia, I think. Unless there's another type of purple coral.
Oh wow, that brittle stone area.
Yeah. I just feel like I have figured out the difference between Paragorgia and Hemicorallium.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing, thinking too.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. It's like really pulling
What's
on
this
the
one?
tether.
What's this
I
one?
know.
Hemicorallium?
I think heavy.
Yeah, the tether just
Yeah.
went ringing over there.
At least I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
it's
good now.
coming
I
off the
just do
rock.
by the Hemi. I don't have to do the Corallium
Yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah.
Hemi, Plex, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising. There's not much sediment here except in the cracks in the rocks.
What would you call these sheet flows, or?
No, these look like they could be chunks of the the limestone that have broken.
Look at the Atlantic camera. Yeah, right.
I know.
I mean, usually once you
It's
get
because you're such a good pilot.
into the reef material, it's all
Anonymous doesn't know
all the line or the salt is down below.
Let me get down a bit. Boom, boom, right there, right there, right there. Oh, no, the current's too strong.
Aw. There it is.
Get there, get there.
That's a nice primnoid.
That's pretty big.
Hey there.
Well, there's the flat top.
It's gonna get really flat soon.
See if I can get a Sexton still shot here. That primnoid.
It really, I don't know why, but it looks like a Herc is going through like a tundra.
Yeah, it does.
It's like heaving forward.
That's cool.
So we just have a compliment for everyone, really enjoying the dive. It is amazing how quickly you manage to spot things. You have great eyesight.
We also have a pretty big screen in front of us.
Thankful for that. And my glasses.
Yeah, it's interesting how the
Someone's got a hot mic.
yeah, you see how the abundance kind of ceases at the very top of this thing and still kind of hanging at the edge where you have more abundant, more diverse.
There's that interesting. Oh wait, or is it a crinoid?
It's a crinoid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that crinoids aren't interesting.
Yeah. Thought it was that yellow coral we were seeing earlier that didn't look like the other plexurids.
Got a primnoid, Hemi.
Plex in the back.
Oh, there.
Or is it zoanthid?
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Oh, big sponge.
Yeah, I got a couple of big sponges off of the distance.
Awesome. The return of the sponges.
One has got a crinoid on it.
Just in time.
Maybe.
To the west. I'm coming up.
Yeah, that is a crinoid on it.
Pop it to the end of there.
What's your input source now? Is it USBL or DVL?
I'll change it.
Yeah, you can change it.
Oh, that's a good one. Your tug provided a pretty cool shot.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't like the garden they saw down below. A little higher
No.
density, but
There's
So
still a
it's
decent
interesting
amount.
that we have less coral here, but there's more flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really seem to like the wall overhangs a lot more, where they can suspend over a larger body of water for some
Yeah.
reason.
Passing waypoint 7, now approaching waypoint 8.
Let's take a look at this. I'm a little confused by what I'm looking at. There's a little sea star by it.
that looks like bubblegum to the left too.
Yeah. Get a nice sextant shot of it.
Oh, great. Nice.
Oh, zoom in, please.
Oh, is it a primnoid? with a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
And then a little sea star, which is another one of those,
Aw.
I forget what they're called.
I like the little sea star. It's a nice
Yeah.
one.
Okay, we got a couple more questions coming in. How old would you estimate these sponges being?
I don't really have an answer for that. I don't know much about sponge age.
Yeah, me either.
Old, but
Sponges?
Sponges can get pretty old.
Sponge age?
yeah, I mean, a lot of the things we're looking at are probably pretty old, but in terms of a specific number, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Well, look at that cool. The thing of the sponge right now.
Yeah, it's a crinoid.
The crinoid.
Look a little.
And then there's a darker colored crinoid to the right.
And
Open
then,
wide, please.
I might direct this one to Dave, I think. The stream goes up to 1,080 pixels. Is that what you see, or do you have 4,000? 4,000?
Now we're shooting in 1080
Okay.
HD resolution. We have the capability of doing 4K, but we don't have that camera mounted at this time. The system itself is capable of passing 4K video.
Thank you, Dave.
Is that another one of those weird? Well,
Yeah.
it's gone now, but
Just the internet's the limiting factor.
this is interesting. It looks like a track, like
Yeah.
a little road.
Yeah, have expect to see cairns along the side of this.
Is that a crinoid? Yeah.
Zoom in, please.
Or is that another
Yep, it is another.
Brazilian?
Bazinga,
I know, now that's what comes to mind.
What's behind it?
Was that itty-bitty little thingy?
It's interesting. All the ones that we've seen have had
Scientific.
at least a few shorter limbs.
Some
Do they have
big,
any predators that would hurt them?
That's what I'm wondering.
A little hermit crab in the back there.
Oh,
Is
it's
that what
another
that
one of
is?
those collectors. Can we get a close look at that?
Uh,
Might too far.
no, I could.
It's interesting because we haven't seen those small anemones anywhere else, but
Yeah, let's come
so
wide for
far
a
on the
second.
backs
I'll
of
let,
those guys.
let's try and come around.
I
Yeah,
just
I
think those
know.
are so fun. They're some of my favorites.
Try and get a quick zoom and then we'll move along here. It'll zoom in, please.
Yeah. It's a collector crab.
yeah. Aw.
Little anemone friend.
It's so funny.
They start early.
Come
Start
watch,
so
please.
young.
you got crinoids off in the distance here too.
That current is it's pretty strong.
Really strong.
That's something else, yeah.
Yeah.
It just keeps separating more and more and more and more.
A nice big rock to the right. Well, there was for me.
Nice.
Looks like a sponge maybe coming up. Or just an old sponge stalk.
Yes. Crinoids on top of it looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks really cool though.
Yeah,
Zoom in, please.
another one a little farther along too.
Got another jumper.
Oh,
Yeah.
not as far of a drop.
It's so interesting that they just love to jump off
Yeah,
whenever
I
we
know.
approach.
Yeah.
They're like, evacuate.
It looks like a palm tree.
Yeah,
It
That's
does.
Totally.
Sponge palm.
Oh, bye.
Well, I think it's also the current.
It's still kind of like the
I don't
truffle
think
tree.
I don't think they're trying to jump.
No, I think they are. You can see they kind of peel themselves off. I think it's a
Come on,
defense
please.
mechanism. I think they're going to get munched.
Yep. Whenever I go paddling in some of the streams in Rhode Island, there's turtles always pull themselves out on the logs. And as you go by, they do the similar thing. Not in slow motion, but they're kind of completely.
Not in slow motion.
Oh. That's weird.
So we have a quick question for our ROV pilots. How far apart are the laser dots for measuring?
Oh, they're 10 centimeters apart.
Yeah,
Crinoid.
Thank you, Josh.
Sure.
Another Hemicorallium? Bubblegum?
Yeah, I think so.
Which one?
It looks like a precious coral.
Yeah.
And a couple of palm trees.
There's a whole village on this.
And a dead
Yeah, that's cool.
primnoid or bamboo.
I think the coral's not happy, but everything else is. Can you zoom in, please?
Reminds me of like a nurse log in a forest.
Yeah.
After they die, they support like a ton of life.
Support a bunch of life.
Wow.
That's really cool to see. There's like at least 4 different species taking advantage of it.
I feel like this is highlight reel worthy. This is cool.
That's cool.
There's another one.
Oh, bye.
It's like, Carl, we gotta go.
Oh, there's a sea star.
He's hanging on.
Oh.
1, 2.
By one.
They're
Hanging
holding
on
on to
by
each
a
other.
Aw.
Yeah, I think I see
Never
5
gets
different
old,
things living on it.
Come
Yeah,
by, please.
everything is very happy in this area and that spot.
Anemone, sea star, brittle
Everything
star,
except for the
crinoid.
coral.
Yeah, except for the coral.
He tried to save him. You saw that, right?
Yes.
I got you,
Don't
Gary.
let go.
I got you, Gary.
Never let go.
Titanic moment.
Yeah, really.
I'm king of the coral. No.
I'm seeing some more detrital aggregations on the sand.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah.
big patch right there.
Yeah. Is that
Detrital
a
aggregation
urchin
is
or a
my
rock?
favorite name.
Can you zoom in, please?
I think it's a
I
rock.
think it's a rock.
Yeah, sorry.
Good eye.
Nice zoom on a rock though.
Dude, check out that rock.
It's a
I
solid
mean, it's a
rock.
pretty good
Do you
rock.
want that rock?
Hey,
No,
it's-
rock. Come on,
Hurry
please.
before it runs away.
that'd be so creepy if it did.
Yeah.
Josh is just practicing his zoom skills.
I'm going to step out for a moment for a bio break. I'll be right back.
And I was really hoping to see all sorts of gardens up here. Because we're in that sweet spot, depth-wise,
Yeah.
between 16 and 20, or 1,600 and 2,000.
And there's high flow. There's
Yeah.
more stuff in the air.
What are you guys doing?
Maybe it's like a zoning thing. You know what I mean?
So underwater sea politics.
These are
so
legacy
complicated.
coral. They just own like big patches of land.
Yeah.
Huge tracts of land.
They've inherited it through the coral generations.
Yeah.
What is this line of dots over here?
Aliens.
I think it looks like a dead stalk of something actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll zoom in, please.
Yeah, old sponge. Looks,
We haven't really seen many of them up here. The parade.
yeah.
Come by.
Okay, so I have another question here for anyone who'd like to answer. Can we expect to see any other sea creatures in this depth besides sponges? That would
Yeah,
be a yes.
We're looking at a lot of different things right now.
corals. We've seen a bunch of different shrimp, anemones, fish. So there tends to be more diversity than expected down here.
Bunch of brittle stars jumping.
Yeah.
Is that something or is that just light shadow?
shadow.
Oh, look on the rock.
Couple of crinoids.
I just want to see a sea cucumber now.
Something swimming.
Actually, there's something swimming. If we could take a look at that.
Is that a shrimp?
I think it's it's a shrimp.
It's a rock.
We'll find out.
It's not a rock. Not this time.
Not yet, anyway.
Yep, that's a shrimp.
It's a cool shrimp.
Oh, it's a proper shrimp.
It's a little baby micro jumbo.
Little baby micro jumbo. It's a lot of words.
Kind of sideways.
Yeah.
It's trying.
The current's too strong for it.
Having a hard time.
Come on, please.
It's funny.
Just go with the flow, little dude. Is that a stalked crinoid? It looks different.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
It looks cool though.
Get that
It looks like a dandelion.
Mm-hmm.
At least this current's good for getting close.
Haltharian.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the first one we've seen, huh?
Yep. I was thinking as we come up into these sandy areas, we'd see more.
Good. Oh.
Another crinoid. Yeah,
I wonder, sorry, I wonder what that is. Is that a mushroom coral or?
yeah, it looks like it.
Sorry.
No problem.
It looks like we're seeing
Zoom in, please.
more round botryoidal rock.
Mm-hmm. And maybe an umbellula to the right.
Yeah.
Balloon.
Yeah, Josh, if you can, you just want to grab one of these rocks just for reference.
Sure.
Looks like maybe a couple off to the left here if this spot works.
Come wide, please. Which ones?
Yeah, just ones right in here, if those are available.
Sorry, like pick them up and look at them?
Oh, just grab them. We'll sample them.
Oh, grab them. Okay.
Okay, so we're going in to gather another sample right now, so I will halt on questions until we're done completing our collection. But keep them coming and we'll address them when we're done. Thank you.
Oh, you crushed that one.
No, did the rock pop out?
Maybe.
The one that was in the claw.
Yeah.
That's good.
How about there's one off to the left on the other side of this region, just the top
way over
left.
there?
Yeah. Looks a little fresher.
I can reach it.
Excellent.
Nice eye.
Oh, that'll do it. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, do I need to jump up?
No, it's still there.
We're okay? Or do you want to just throw it in the drawer first?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the sample salvo. In the drawer.
Are we putting it?
Which one do you want this in, Taylor?
You could put it in E with that small rocket from earlier.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. Oops.
Oh.
Fell out. Might have to go in F. Is that okay?
Yeah, there's one rock in there currently, if it'll fit, so I think that's fine.
Timber.
F.
Awesome,
Great, thank you.
Okay.
And that is sample number 132.
Awesome, thanks.
And the dive salvo.
I just want to confirm that that's probably limestone, but it has a interesting character.
Just in time. I'm about to tug.
Okay. Coming up.
I don't know if I'll be able to turn around though, ever again.
Oh yeah.
With this current.
We'll get there.
All right, we've got some more questions coming in, so let me know when you folks are ready. First question is for Liz. How many samples do you need to collect to have a large enough sample size for analysis, let's say for the sea cucumbers or sediment? From Seattle.
Hi, Seattle. So that's a good question. For the work that I'm doing with my sea cucumbers, I'm trying to get at least like 3 to 5 of each taxon, ideally more, but when it comes to deep sea sampling, you kind of got to get what you can get. So I'm also interested in looking across a depth range, and so I'm trying to get, again, at least maybe 5 per 1,000-meter range. I've already on previous expeditions with other ships, I've collected a number from much deeper than this, so
cool.
I'm trying to kind of get something a little bit shallower on this expedition.
Thank you. We've got a lot more coming for you here. Are brittle stars actually brittle? Seeing if you jump off, which sounds dangerous if they are brittle.
Yeah, they're pretty brittle. When we bring them to the surface, they're pretty easy to, the arms fall off really easily if you're not careful.
Yeah, they crack pretty.
I think they were named brittle stars for a reason.
For that reason. Let's see here, and then.
Is that another rock?
Oh, right. I don't know.
Cuke up there.
Looks like a
yeah, it really looks like it could be a cucumber.
I'm going to try and get a little sextant picture of this coral, maybe, and then I'll go
Cerianthus.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. It looks like there's 2 of them.
I love that angle.
Yeah.
Let's try and like get right down the...
With it in the black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And then another question for Liz here. If there were animals hiding under the sand, would you be able to identify that by patterns in the sand, or is that harder to identify?
That's pretty hard to identify. There's ways to collect things that are in the sediment itself, not with an ROV. That actually might be an urchin.
That's an urchin, yeah.
Can we collect that?
Oh.
Do we have time, or is it?
We can stop the ship.
Bridge nav?
You're going to make me do this again? So these are the really fast ones, right? Aren't these the ones that run away really fast?
Yeah, we have the room in the forward box, right?
Yep,
That's a challenge.
and Omega.
Yeah, and this should be maybe scooped.
Can we hold position?
Yay, we can see the scoop.
All right, so we're going into another sample collection. So I'm going to hold off on our questions until we have completed that collection. Thank you. Keep asking, and we'll address them later. Aloha.
This one, or do you know which one this is?
Yeah, this is what we collected a few dives ago.
Is it? So it's a really soft one again?
Not the really soft. It's still going to be soft.
Can we do a 40-meter step at 050?
Well, maybe these aren't the really fast ones. Remember there was one that was like, yeah, no, there's one that's like crazy fast.
Yeah, this one's not doing much.
No, but when you disturb it, they just like take off. Like it's kind of interesting. But,
we'll find out.
We will.
I think this is the Tromachosoma. Oh, I can pull it up for you in a second. Just trying to get some sextant pictures.
Yeah, no problem.
We're searching for urchins again.
Ooh, that's a good band name. Searching for urchins.
No, search in for urchin.
Search in. Like rock and roll, fish and chips.
Exactly.
Yep, Tromachosoma hispidum.
Ah, with a K.
Yeah.
You ready with the forward box? Do we know which side that you want to try and get?
Yeah, on the in the right side box.
The right side.
Whichever number that is.
Does it matter if it goes in the left by accident?
It's not great. I know Steve has some things that are pretty delicate in there.
Okay, so right side.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get a little zoom, Dave. It's good.
Oh, now it's on the move a little bit, but not very fast.
The wrist is giving me a little grief here.
This looks awesome in the sexton.
Yeah. Need a longer bungee. No?
Aw.
Current working against me here. It's like in a little hole. Wonder if we did the soft suction.
Sure.
Do you think it'll break?
It's worth a try. If it gets a tiny bit crushed, it is still usable for me. So if this isn't gonna work.
It's on the move.
Let's come wide, please. I'm just gonna try a little different angle. It's just down, it's just not the right angle for the scoop right now.
That's not fun. There you go, man.
See, look how fast it's gone.
Oh yeah, it is a
Look,
sprinter.
it's like hiding down that little crack.
Yeah, it knows.
It's like, you're not going to get me.
Yeah, we are. You could get that sponge the other day.
Yeah,
that was
really awesome.
Really impressive.
Yeah, they stay still though.
Bridge nav. Can we do a 15-meter step at 090?
Can we zoom in, please?
15 meters at 090.
That's good.
Thank you.
Climb into the scoop.
Oh, the current. Come on, current.
We need a bigger scoop.
It's like holding on by one little foot booty.
Yeah, spines are pushing it out of the
Yeah, I
scoop.
think we might have to do suction maybe.
That's okay.
Oh.
Oh, come wide.
Oh.
Come on.
He's really running
I'm
away.
outta here.
I feel like we're getting outsmarted by something that doesn't have a brain.
Happens to me all the time.
We are not the smartest on the planet, as we can see.
Chasing urchins.
Hey, that's another good one.
That's a song.
From the...
It's a spin-off of Chasing Waterfalls.
Don't go chasing urchins.
My fault. That was my fault.
That was great, Hoku.
I liked how we were in unison there.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe if you can pick up with the claw, since it has the rock there, it'll think it's safe.
Oh,
Oh.
that's not a bad idea.
Oh, wait. Yeah, the rock.
It's like,
Every time I see the scooper, I want another scooper on the other side or a big something.
Yeah, to help.
Brush to brush it in.
Right, or like,
Yeah.
yeah, brush.
We'll sweep it up.
I think the suction might be the best option here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to be delicate with the claw.
They're the perfect combination of like delicate, but also rigid enough to make it difficult.
So do you think it was moving that fast, or was it just current aided?
So I think the current was helping, but you could see the tube feet going.
Kind of like a Fred Flintstone sort of
it's
thing.
still going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely on the move. Slow motion chase.
Man, it is going as fast as it can.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get this suction. Let's start with maybe like 25.
Okay.
Zoom in a little bit, please.
Yeah, maybe if you try to get the suction on the flat part.
On the flat top part?
Yeah, might damage it less.
That wrist is really not helping me right now. You got it running?
Yeah, you just need to move a little back.
Oh.
Okay, bump another 5.
Bump in.
Another 5.
Come on.
Another 5. Okay, good.
There
Nice.
you go. Good.
Okay, come wide, please. And then open the drawer.
Reminds me of our old dog with feet when you kind of go in the water.
Oh, no.
Put them in the
There you
water,
go.
and those feet still keep going when you pull them up.
Oh, the wrist just did that to me.
Oh,
That was not my fault. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Oh, man. The wrist is not helping me there at all.
It might be
What's wrong
inside.
with the wrist?
Where's that
It's just a little, it's got a little ground
There
fault
it is.
in it right now. I see it.
Is it on the bottom again?
No, it's in the ROV.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
it.
Oh no.
hitchhiker.
What's going on?
Wonder if it'll end up on the, oh,
Oh, it's
What's
sinking.
going on? Yeah.
It might stay there.
This might work out to our benefit.
Well, isn't going to get crushed when you close the drawer?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's like
Hitchhiking.
it might get slammed into the
Especially when the ROV comes out.
into the grid as we're coming up.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Well, we'll keep an eye
we'll
out
see
for
if we
it.
get it or not.
Yeah.
See, that's not me moving the arm right now. So.
I'm
Oh,
not
wow.
too sure if we should log that as a sample because it
Yeah.
might not
No,
come
I
up.
wouldn't log it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Look at this,
I
close
don't
the
think we're
drawer.
going to
Put
get
it
it.
as a possible
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
So
Close
Well,
the
thank
drawer.
you. Good.
Oh,
I'm sorry
there
those guys are really
and
hard.
it's
yeah, you can mark it as like
Can you close
hitchhiker.
the
close.
drawer?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Barely.
Just in case it does come up, we know
Why
where
isn't
it's
that going
from.
in?
Well, I guess we really can't go chasing urchins.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
I'm going to sing another verse.
I was going to say they stick to the rocks and it doesn't matter. Oh boy, I need more coffee.
For some reason, I'm not able to change my display.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
never mind. It just
just
was
a little
long
delayed.
delay.
What would cause that?
It's just the ground fault, the little ground fault that's in there right now.
Oh, better to log.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we'll log that as a sample, and then if it's lost, we'll say it's lost.
Okay.
Oh, because it's think it's somewhere that
So
it's
that'll be sample
Well, it has
133.
that rail,
I
it
like
has
mine
that
other
10
name
volt
better,
rail
so you
that
can pick up.
all the pots are on, that reference rail, and sometimes even though we turn off the bender, that pulse that the bender sends to check for ground faults can make it twitch when it's got one. So that was a bummer.
Okay. So we've got some more questions coming in whenever everyone is ready. I'll start
Should I get the ship moving again?
Okay, hold on a sec. It might pop out here.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
asking.
Can we maybe open the box?
See if it jumps into the box.
I'm gonna get the float out in front here.
Oh, hey. Oh, wait.
Go in, go in, go in. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
Oh, this is-
everyone
this is
calm
like-
down. Calm down.
Sorry.
Oh my
thank
goodness.
you.
Oh.
Oh.
Calm down.
Oh.
Everybody calm down.
Here we go.
And close box.
Close box.
Oh
That
my
wa-
gosh, that was the most epic
Wow.
sample collection of all time.
Liz, that was
Wow.
cosmic.
That was
like meant.
epic.
You
That was
better
meant
love
to
up on
be.
that urchin.
How did you
Yeah.
do that? That was
Bless
the
it,
best
say
part.
thank
Wow. That was incredible.
Thank
What?
you, sea urchin, for contributing yourself to science.
Did you call bank, Josh?
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
I
was a good one.
That was a big
Oh my god.
Nice, Josh. Nice driving there, everybody.
Did that on purpose. He put it under,
Amazing.
you know,
Oh,
behind
yeah.
the arm.
That was action.
I was
Just
like,
Good thing
threw
we
it
locked
under
it.
just to make up for
Batteries
the,
not included.
I feel like every
Cucumber
dive,
has
Josh does
spaceship.
something more.
Yeah.
Wow. That
They
was
don't teach
action.
that one in ROV school.
It's all on-the-job training right there.
That was
Very good.
All right, we're done with the expedition. Nothing else.
And we're coming up.
Steve's saying now do it in the starboard.
Josh can retire now.
Always coming up with new sampling techniques. Okay, now we can
Bridge nav.
Now if we can get the sea cucumbers to do the same thing, we'd be cherry.
Gotta mark that collection method as other.
Basketball.
Can we make
Was
it
it all net? Was that all net?
Thank you.
That's the hacky sack method.
Steve says now do it in the
Okay.
starboard for a trick shot.
So, yeah,
you're gonna
so-
open the drawer and it's gonna be the end of the box.
Magic.
We definitely got some comments on that one. That was the most epic collection I've ever seen.
I agree.
Yeah.
Drop the mic, Josh. Boom. Shalaka-laka.
The sea urchin's just singing like, I believe.
On pins and needles here watching that collection.
I get it.
I could not scream.
I'm walking right into these today. I am walking right into them. Good griefy. Come on. Get me back here. Thank you.
Josh, I'm sorry. I did not have faith in you for that one.
Not only educational.
I thought it was over.
We got so many crinoids on one rock here.
Yeah. What did I just see? That was awesome. What? Swish.
Can we get a zoom on this little fuzzy thing?
Sure.
I was curious how I get
Dude, urchin capture. I rate that a 5.
All right, we'll zoom in, please.
Josh,
On pins
Josh's
and
name
needles.
is nothing but net.
Legendary. Yeah. Top 10 underwater trick shots.
Is that one of those Crinoids?
Well done.
Yeah, I think it is a Crysogorgia.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That was incredible underwater basketball where the hoop and the ball are both in constant slow motion. That was true, yeah. Alrighty then.
That was a Jordan collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
they just keep coming. These, the collection was epic. Collection method, luck.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think that was skill too.
No, that was not
I
luck.
called that one.
Skill and patience.
Yeah.
Skill, patience, and dedication.
Good aim.
Accuracy. All right, so we've got some questions coming in here. In regards to fossilized bones, we did talk about one shark tooth that was collected on our last dive, and there was something about a fossilized beak whale that was gathered. So
Yeah.
we have come across those. We've had found
Okay, we're going down to that bottom.
those types of things. Do we find old artifacts? Often our missions aren't necessarily directed towards those types of things. We're looking for, for this particular expedition, biological and geological traits, characteristics, and things to collect.
Yeah.
So if artifacts were to come our way, I think it would be a bonus addition if we were to see them. Next question, sextant picture, what does that mean?
Yeah, we have a DSLR still camera
Okay.
on the port on the front of the vehicle, and so I can see that image on another screen, which we're not sending offshore right now. But I love taking pictures with it, and then when I kind of see something that I know that I can get a nice framed composition in the still cam, I'll kind of call out, and then Liz is taking some photos that we can take the photos from up here. It's kind of cool.
It's nice because it has a different angle.
Yeah, different perspective.
Yeah, it's more dramatic.
Yeah, kind of get
Okay.
a nice black background. And yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I got some good ones of the urchin while we were setting that
Oh,
up.
good. I'm glad you did. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then in regards to the urchin, how are sea urchin spikes oriented? Are they normal to the body?
So they actually can move them. So they can stick them out completely perpendicular, but they also have control, and they can kind of wiggle them back and forth. A lot of shallow water urchins, if you've ever been to an aquarium that has like a touch tank, you can stick your finger in between the spines and they'll kind of close around you. We call it a little sea urchin hug.
Oh.
It thinks that you're something it can eat.
Oh.
But they use their spines to manipulate food and move, bring things to their mouth.
Cool.
In addition to the spines, they also have tube feet. So they're actually, even though they look like a rigid kind of blob, they have a lot of ability to manipulate items around them. Ooh, let's look at this. Is this like a really big brittle star?
Oh. Thank you, Liz. So yeah, there's just all kinds of comments coming in about that sample. Josh, you deserve a 3-course meal, both you and Michael.
Wow.
The management, somebody wanted to insert the theme from the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's interesting. I wonder why this one is not attached to a coral.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess that's what they look like when they're not wrapped around the
Yeah.
branches.
I was just going to say, they look
unusual.
it's nice to actually see it this way.
Yeah.
This one got tired of following.
Yeah.
Yeah.